Come on in. All right. Well, the other day we painted our chassis. Hey, buddy. I'm sure this is still tacky, because that's normal. Yep. It blends, but it's not fully dry yet, so I guess we'll see. I'll probably throw the box on for now, and then I can move this chassis out of the way so we can start sealing and getting some paint under the cab. It's sort of warm out today. I think it's only like -10, -15, something like that. So I'll probably scavenge around, see if I can find an e-brake assembly off something that's getting junked in the yard. And we'll try to fit that into the cab. I'm going to do just a basic yank handle on the one side, but I basically want to get it, the bottom fitted up so I can sort of bolt it down and put it in its permanent place. So basically get the cab and the box bolted on permanently would be my ideal plan. All right, well, we're gonna get started. Well, I think this is gonna be my my baseline for my emergency brake. Baseline? No. This is gonna be my truck for that I'm gonna grab e-brakes from. Interesting. Anywho, I'm gonna rip this off, see what's in there, because I came with very minimal tools. So I brought a pry bar and a 10mm socket. So hopefully that's all I need. Anyways, let's bust this stuff out and see what happens. Interesting. We got this, and we got one cable. That'd be cool. We can make that work. Right. Well, the box is bolted on. We got two hurdles. They're not really a hurdle, but we got this clearance for our axle. But oh, hold on, let me give you some light here. You can see our brakes are hitting everything. So no big deal. I'm actually just going to continue. Well, I don't know if it'll get that high. I'm going to continue this. I'll make a step off of here and come down just to clear the caliper, because the box was hanging on the brake hose, which can't reach anything now. So we'll kind of get that clearance for it. Again, not a big deal because the wheel covers everything here. So I might come a little more aggressive behind and come back, taper in. I don't know if I'll do it as a step. I don't know. You kind of see these, at least I have, on cars. Next thing is up here, I think with the emergency brake, I'm going to maybe make a little slot in here that I can put the e-brake through. That way I can just kind of hold it tight up to the chassis. So other than that, the box is like bolted down, but we got to clearance some stuff. This one, like the e-brake, all of a sudden got too short. So that's why I'm gonna, like I say, just gonna put a big hole through here. Hopefully through the travel, it should be fine. I don't know. Like this is full droop, so this is not where it would normally sit. I might actually have to go a little higher. Maybe I'll go up here, because it can sit, because now it's on full droop, so it can sit the cable can go through and it can get into here and reach where it's supposed to go right there. So, and then I think I'm just gonna scuff and shoot. I'll just shoot some black paint on this because once I bolt the cab on, I don't care what color's behind the box. So I do have some of the green, but I'll just leave it as an even black for now. Probably do the same thing on the cab when the time comes for that one. All right, let's chop some stuff up. As you see, there we go. This one I've cut so many times now, but it's only because I'm realizing all the screwiness that is everything that's there. Well, this has got to go up, but because my axle's lower, I don't think it'll ever get up to the bump stop, but I had to open this up because the caliper sticks past like this caliper mount. So it was gonna bash the steel. So we kind of lifted that up. We made an excessive hole, no big deal. I tipped the edge. It's not very pretty, but nobody's gonna see it. Just so the hose, if it does rub on there, it can't cut itself. I'll probably put an edge on it yet, like a door edging that kind of caps on. So now we gotta touch up some paint there, but at least this side's good, should work fine. Now we just gotta do the same to the other side. And then we're back at where we started about a half hour ago or an hour ago. Just trying to bolt the box down. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this hole right away. I'm gonna see how this works. If it's a win or a fail, we're just gonna smoke a big hole into here and see if my e-brake works again. Well, we got both sides done. E-brake through. I actually think I have a better way to run my e-brake. Actually, more so like the way it was supposed to be run. So I'll kind of visit that. But anyways, this is through. I tipped the edge so there's nothing sharp anywhere. Again, like I say, I'll probably, am I light on here? I'll probably do like an edging or something on it probably, but either way, there's nothing to catch any of my lines on now. So here you were watching me using a crescent to tip it. And I don't know, that was working really good for that. And by tipping, I mean I was just sticking the wrench in and just folding the lip up a bit. It kind of chunks it up, but it's not a big deal. I was using pliers for the most part, and then I had a brain fart that I couldn't get in here, and I had these small little crescent wrench. So that's what we did. We tipped all that. We got to make a line, a mount for that, and then I was gonna run my e-brake under the diff, but then I noticed if I run it this way, I can go back up to what I didn't know what it was, end up being the original emergency brake mount, to which then comes back here, and both my cables will end up sitting side by side like they're supposed to. So I'll probably cut this mount off, I'll weld it underneath this one, then I can have both of them there, so it'll be pretty much an easy shot to do my e-brakes. Ooh, and then I was in the shed looking for other stuff. I found these little Z-bars, so I'll probably buzz these on, because they're supposed to. I think they're supposed to have something on here to beef this up a bit, so we'll get those on eventually. Other than that, that'll almost button up everything in the back here. And then we'll kind of, then I can move this thing and get the cab over here so I can lift it up and work underneath it. Either lift it or maybe I'll try to, I don't know what I want to do with that one. I'll work underneath. It'd be nice if it was standing up, but I would need a hand to flip it over. All right, well, we got our e-brakes are buttoned up. So this is what I was talking about. The cable runs up, over, around, comes down. Now they're top and bottom, so this will be like easy to route to something to yank on. I just threw the box on, or the tailgate, sorry, just so it's on, doesn't get messed up. Sprayed a bit of that paint. It actually looks more army green, I guess, like some kind of an army green, but I guess that's what color the truck will go. I'm okay with that. I don't know, we'll see. If I don't like it, I can just sand it, repaint it, not a big deal. We can always go a different green down the road, or color. Anywho, I think that gets us all buttoned up with the box for now. Like I say, I still have to do this mount yet. I gotta make a hoop go here, then I can run my brake line. I just have to get a fuel pump before I can figure out what I'm doing on my tank yet and where I'm mounting that, and then I can run my fuel lines. Fuel lines, brake lines, we'll have to basically pull this thing out of the way now. And we'll pull the cab back and then we'll start working on it. I seam sealed up the firewall, all the welds along there. Underneath we did whatever, all the seams and bits. I'm gonna go in for supper. I'm gonna let that all sit and kind of dry. And then I'm gonna lather some paint on everything tonight. The rusty stuff, I'm just gonna do that. Actually, I'll just hit it with all that rust stuff. I'm not gonna do the firewall because I know I do want to paint it. I'm not sure how or what yet, but it's gonna get some kind of paint. And then, yeah, we'll brush, we'll rattle can, we'll do whatever we got to do underneath to get a coat of paint there. And then I guess tomorrow we can kind of mount that frame up on there, or mount the cab onto here, get her bolted down. waiting to go in? That's the plan, eh? Well, I'm sitting there waiting for paint to dry for a little while here, but... So we got a first coat. I don't know if I need much more than that, though. I don't know how well you can see. It's pretty much all black. We got to... there's a couple thin spots, so I'm going to wait for this to flash a bit, and then I'm going to brush some more paint on. But pretty much seam sealed all the edges. Everything, yeah. All the edges are seam sealed. It's painted. The only thing we got to do yet at some point is pull the center cover off, and I was going to do foam tape or something, but somebody had a good suggestion with some butyl around through there. I could always seam seal it because I don't know how often I'd actually be taking it off, but the butyl was a good idea, so we're going to rock with that. We seam sealed up in the front of the firewall, but again, I'm not doing anything there yet till I know what I'm going to paint on there, or what I'm going to do. Until then, I'm just going to wait for some paint to flash, and then I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Does that sound like a plan there? You're a very energetic dog there. And then we're going to go, we'll go mount the body tomorrow and see what we do next. Well, I got my paint done. Just got sidetracked. Decided that maybe I'm just going to strip the cab. I started with like a polisher with one of these doodads on, and I had some 80 grit. So I was doing that. It was working okay. Not too bad. Then I have some of these stripping discs, and I was like, I don't remember how well they work. They actually work really well. I'm still on my first disc, and I pretty much stripped, well, I'd say a quarter of the cab. So my goal is to kind of get all the paint off, then whatever's like rust is showing through, instead of using the sandblaster to strip everything, I can just sandblast the rusty bits, and we'll kind of go with that. So we got there, the back of the cab, I'm not too worried about it. I might just wire it down because I want to just put some black paint, so I might just put that dome stuff into this section of the back because the box covers it anyways. And then I can prime and do everything on all the other stuff. But anyways, I started with it. Getting a little late, a little tired. I think I'm going to call her a night. But tomorrow when I get back from work, we're going to hit it again. Goal is to maybe get the whole cab stripped tomorrow night. And then this weekend I should be able to get it out with the tractor. Then we should be able to sandblast the rusty bits and get it ready for body work. I don't really want to do body work. But we got to get her there, so you can see there's a whole bunch of rusty stuff around here. I think this stuff will grind and clean up okay, but we'll see when we get there, once we strip it all down. Was going to hit it with the sander, but I don't know. This other thing was working really well, so I'm just going with it. I still have a whole bunch of them. I do not know. I don't know. They're just like a stripping wheel or something. They don't heat up the panel. They don't get hot. Those ones I got from Canadian Tire. They were just in some kit with some flap discs and stuff, so I'm just using those up. I think I still have another one or two of them somewhere. See if I can find one just so a fella can get a reference, but it doesn't take much. Like, it strips this off really, really nice. I kind of, in the past, have had some bad experience depending on the paint. This I don't think would have been bad. Usually you can just sand and then you'd be able to Bondo over top of the paint and stuff like that. I had one bad experience where I screwed myself and a chunk flaked off, but this has some rusty bits, so I want to just get that blasted anyways, just make it a little bit better on me in the long run, I guess. I don't mind, like whatever, stuff will happen. I'll probably just rattle can. I got enough cans of paint that I think I can actually paint this thing just with the rattle can like I did the International, so I am probably going to go with that same route. So thus, it'll be super easy to touch up if I need to blow something in. It's kind of weird. That green in there looks completely different than the green that I have in the can, I think. I don't know. That's that green. I don't know. Maybe they're the same? I don't know. Looks different to me. But anyways, calling it a night. We'll be back at her tomorrow night. Well, I'm gonna give you an idea how fast this thing actually works. I think they just call this a stripping disc, but I don't know. I'll find a name and maybe put a link somewhere. But anyways, we'll get an example. And it really doesn't put much heat at all into the panel, so I don't know. It's a lot better than the other options I was going. I think sandblasting would do more. Not that it matters, this steel's pretty thick, but if you were doing a more modern car, you wouldn't be able to sandblast the panels, that's for sure. Anyways, I'm going to continue stripping the panels down, and hopefully this doesn't take too long. Well, I'm just about 3/4 of the way done that thing, so it's going pretty good. This disc is still plenty usable, but the edging, something, I don't know. I'll say it's kind of worn out, but it's not. This is what I'm using. I'm sure there's way better stuff out there, but so far this thing was semi-used. I got most of that cab done, and like I say, it's still usable. Just the edge is not, whatever. I can call it worn out, but it's not really worn out. And then, but anyways, I'm gonna put all this one back on. While it's still kind of got a hard edge that it hasn't cleaned up or anything yet, I'm just gonna use it to get into all the weird little spots on there, and then once this rounds out, we'll go back to just basically blitzing paint off. Well, because I think I gotta wait till the weekend before I can sandblast this thing. I'm probably just gonna leave this video at this. We'll come the weekend, I'll be able to blast this, and then I guess we'll probably start doing the body work. That'll probably be the next sequence. The body work. We're not going for anything show quality. I'm giving myself a weekend to do the body work and get it in primer, and then that's it. From there, we'll touch up the few places. I guess if I do the body work, I'll probably actually spray this part here. We'll do this in the green quick. Not really gonna get any body work though, because it's wavy and kind of screwy, but because the thing is going like a flat green or something, it should be fine. So, as always, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.